Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to the Explainer. If you've ever stepped up to a tee box, gripped your driver, and just felt that absolutely overwhelming urge to swing as hard as humanly possible to get a little extra distance, well, you are definitely not alone. It's kind of the ultimate trap, right? Pretty much every golfer falls into it at some point. But today, we're stepping into the film room as your resident golf swing analysts, and we're breaking down the driver swing of the incredible Momoko Ueda. Let me tell you, her sequence is literally a masterpiece of efficiency. We're going to look at exactly how she achieves these world-class results, and more importantly, how we can actually apply her mechanics to our own game. Her swing is a masterclass in efficiency, tempo, and precision, heavily emphasizing core rotation over brute force. Honestly, this right here is our core thesis for today's explainer. I really want to emphasize that last part, over brute force. Listen, great golf, truly powerful golf, absolutely does not require chaotic, raw, uncontrolled strength. No way. What it requires is a sequence. It's about turning your body into this highly efficient machine where literally no energy is wasted.
So I just have to ask you, how does she generate so much power without brute force? Seriously, if she isn't just muscling the club through the air like a lumberjack, where is all that kinetic energy actually coming from? Well, the answer lies in a meticulously crafted chronological sequence. It's basically a biomechanical chain reaction that builds entirely from the ground up. And to truly wrap our heads around it, we need to break her swing down frame by frame, starting before she even moves the club head.
All right, moving into Section 1, Foundation, Setup and Takeaway. Let's look at where it all begins. Every great kinetic chain has to start somewhere, right? It's exactly like building a house. If the foundation is rushed or totally misaligned, the whole structure is just going to collapse eventually. For Ueda, there are three words that completely define her setup: balanced, meticulous, relaxed. When you watch her step up to the ball, she has this incredibly balanced athletic posture. And her alignment isn't just okay, it's meticulous. She's got this perfectly neutral spine angle, and because her spine is neutral, she doesn't carry any weird tension in her upper body. Her relaxed arms just hang naturally, straight down under her shoulders. There's absolutely no reaching, no crowding the ball, it's just pure, relaxed readiness. And this brilliantly illustrates the sequence of her takeaway. Look at how exceptionally smooth it is. It moves entirely as one single piece. First up, her chest rotation initiates the movement. Second, the hands, arms, and club move back in perfect harmony with that chest rotation. And third, because of that amazing harmony, she maintains a completely square club face to the arc early on. The biggest thing to notice here is what she doesn't do. She completely avoids any premature wrist manipulation. She isn't flicking her wrists or suddenly snapping the club back. She's simply turning her core to move the club.
Now for Section 2, the anchor, the top of the backswing.
Okay, this is the phase where all that kinetic energy we just generated gets stored up. This part of the swing is all about the precise management of tension and stability. Because let's face it, you can't fire a cannon from a canoe. Now, what's really fascinating about this posture is the sheer contrast between her upper and lower body. Up top, she achieves a full, beautifully compact shoulder turn. But notice the incredible discipline here. She is absolutely not overswinging. She turns exactly as far as she needs to and not an inch further. Contrast that with the lower body. Her right knee maintains its flex and bracing perfectly. That right leg isn't straightening out, it's not swaying away from the target, it acts as a rock-solid anchor. She's essentially coiling her upper body against the resistance of that super stable right knee to store maximum power.
Here we go, Section 3, Unleashing Power, the downswing and impact.
Right, so this is the moment of truth. All that stored energy is about to be released, and the pacing of this kinetic release is just spectacular. To understand her downswing, you really have to understand the slot. It's a magical word in golf, isn't it? Basically, it means dropping the club down smoothly as the lower body initiates a controlled lateral shift and rotation. Ueda's transition from backswing to downswing is so incredibly smooth, marked by superb, totally unrushed tempo. She completely resists the urge to just yank the club down with her arms. Instead, she lets her lower body shift and rotate first, which naturally drops the club right into that perfect slot. And that brings us right to the posting wall. This is defined as a strong, stable left side that the body rotates aggressively against at impact. When Ueda actually hits the ball, it is with sharp, incredible energy. Her left side forms this totally immovable wall, and she just rotates her body hard against it. But watch this. At the exact same time, her head stays perfectly behind the ball. Because her head stays back and her left side is posted up so strongly, she creates an optimal, sweeping upward launch angle. And that is exactly how you want to hit a driver, sweeping up on it, definitely not chopping down.
Moving on to Section 4, the resolution, the perfectly balanced finish.
The finish is really the receipt for the entire golf swing. Let's move to Ueda and see how this builds, because honestly, if you want to know if a swing was actually well executed, just look at how the golfer is standing when the ball is up in the air. Ueda finishes in a beautifully balanced high hands position. She's completely rotated all the way through with her chest facing left of the target. She hasn't fallen backward, she hasn't spun out of her shoes, nothing like that. This sheer, beautiful balance at the finish is the absolute ultimate proof of how perfectly timed and sequenced her entire motion was. You simply cannot finish this balanced if your downswing was chaotic.
And finally, Section 5, emulating Ueda. Let's look at our key takeaways.
Okay, we've done all the pro-level analysis, but how do we actually take this brilliant structure and apply it to an amateur game? Well, if you're heading to the driving range anytime soon, keep these actionable steps in mind. So the crucial point is implementing this sequence yourself. First, try to emulate that superb tempo. Whatever you do, don't rush the transition. Second, maintain that strict lower body discipline. Third, actively prevent your hips from swaying. Always remember that anchored right knee. Fourth, by doing all that, you effectively stop those nasty energy leaks in your backswing. And fifth, putting all of this together creates a highly repeatable, accurate motion. This sheer discipline is exactly what allows Ueda to perform so fluidly and consistently, even when tournament pressure is at its absolute peak.
Master your tempo, master your drive. That is exactly what I want to leave you with today. Real power in golf doesn't come from aggression. It comes from precision, from a tight sequence, and from a total, unwavering commitment to balance. So here's my question for you. Are you brave enough to slow your swing down in order to actually hit the ball further? Take these concepts, visualize that perfect tempo, and go put it to the test on the driving range. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.